How do you say that?
We are in front of Ramanujacharya. We are sitting in here in this Goshti, which was started by Sri Prantabiharan Swami. Of course, we are lucky.
Let us just ask all the Bhagavatas here, audience, are we all lucky? Can anyone from the audience say how we are lucky? ఎవరైనా చెప్పగలుగుతారా మనం లక్కీ ఎలా హౌ వి ఆర్ లక్కీ ఎనీవన్ రైట్
बाधा कष्ट
okay. As Swami says, we are lucky if we are under a Sadacharya. We are hence lucky as we are born after Ramanuja and Swami Desika. We, the students of Swami Desika, Stotrapata Goshti, bring you some important events in Ramanujacharya life which inspires us. So, I am Yashaswini.
Myself Ashit Kartiya.
मेरा तो कार्तिक
My name is Kaman.
I am Harshini. I am Bhakti.
So we all bring you. So we all bring some
ఎవరు ఒగ్గమన్నాడు ఇది
So we all bring in front of you some events of Swami Sri Ramanujacharya. Starting with part 1.
పాపా మస్తు
Of course, we all know about Ramanujacharya, but still let us discuss the greatness and some of the pastimes of him on the occasion of 1008th birthday. Sri Ramanujacharya was one of the most important and prominent philosophers, saint or acharya in Sri Vaishnava culture and the pillars of Bhakti movement. The name Ramanuja was later named because of his Panicha Samskara, but by birth his name was Ilaya Perumal. Ilaya Perumal was born in Sri Perumbulur in Tamil Nadu on the 12th day of Chaitra Masam, also known as Chitrai Masam in Tamil calendar, and on Adra Nakshatram in the 1017th year. He almost lived for 120 years. Ilaya Perumal was born to Keshava Perumal and Kanti Perumal. Within the age of 16 years, he mastered in all Vedas and Shastras, and in the age of 17, he got married to Kancana. As we all know, the diamond is the precious stone between all the worlds. In the same way, Ramanujacharya was the diamond among all the acharyas. Ilaya Perumal is the meaning of Lakshmana. In the Treta Yuga, Lakshmana was the avataram of Adishesha. In the same way, in Kali Yuga, Ramanujacharya is the avataram of Lakshmana, which means he is the avataram of Adishesha. Now, go to our past time. One day, Yadava Prakasha is the first guru of Ilaya Perumal. One day they were discussing about the scriptures where he told one of the meaning of words has in a wrong way. Seeing that, Ilaya Perumal corrected it in a correct way without any fear and in an obedient way. Observing this, Yadava Prakasha thought he had some great abilities. One day he would become a great man. In the same way, he was very jealous of Ilaya Perumal. Out of jealousy, he thought of killing him. He planned a yatra or a trip to north and thought of killing him one night. Govinda was one of the cousins of Ilaya Perumal. Knowing the plan of Yadava Prakasha of killing him, he intimated it to Ilaya Perumal. Ilaya Perumal, after knowing the cruel plan of Yadava Prakasha, he got escaped from that night. But it was mid of the night was so scary and dark, he by mistakenly slipped into a forest. Fortunately, he found an aged hunter couple who guided him. Next day morning, when he opened his eyes, he was shocked that he found himself in outskirts of Kanchipuram, and he saw, but the couple was disappeared. Do you know who that couple was? Someone? No. He realized that the couple was none other than Varadaraja Perumal and Perundevi Dayar. Later, after going to Kanchipuram, he used to engage himself always in serving Kanchipurna. Kanchipurna was one of the great devotee of Varadaraja. He actually used to speak with Varadaraja Perumal directly. Here shows the Ilayya Perumal's greatness, which showing that no social barriers, very humble and believed in equality. Kanchipurna suggested Ilayya Perumal to take guidance under Yamunacharya. One day they got news from Yamunacharya that he was sick and wanted to visit Ramanujacharya. Immediately after getting the news, they visited Srirangam to visit Yamunacharya, but unexpectedly Yamunacharya left his body. At the final rituals, they found something that his 3 fingers were folded, which means his last 3 wishes were unfulfilled. No one could decode that one. What are the 3 unfulfilled wishes? Then Ilayya Perumal started telling the 3 wishes that were the first one to write a commentary on Vyasa, Veda Vyasa Brahma Sutra, and the second one is to honor the memory of Vyasa and Parashara, and the third one is to spread Visishta Advaita on the lines of Divya Prabandhana. After telling this, fortunately all the 3 fingers unfolded, which was shortened to all other disciples. Later, then he spent his most of the time in Kanchipuram and Melkote to fulfill his Guru's words. So all glories to Sri Ramanujacharya who fulfilled his Guru's desires and words. So finally, let's conclude that a student should always listen to his Guru's words and should take his Guru's words into account and work hard to achieve. Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha. Greatest instruction.
So now, I will tell you about Ramanujacharya and the 6 commands. So now answer this question. Is it easy for us to write an exam if the questions are already known? Yes. Okay, yes. So our Acharya has made this possible. Let me explain you how. So now, through the great saint Kanchipurna, Acharya had a few questions which were answered by Varadaraja in the following 6 comments. So the first comment was that Lord Narayana is the Paramatma and we should believe in him. The second is that Jivatma is different from Paramatma. Next is that performing Prapatti is the only means to attain salvation. Next is last remembrance of the Lord on the part of departing soul was not necessary. And the fifth one is that moksha can be obtained only on laying off the mortal cords. The last one was that Ilayya Perumal should take refuge at the feet of Periyanambi. So now after listening to this, Ilayya Perumal became very happy and his confusion got cleared. So now he started his journey to meet Periyanambi. So at the famous Madhurantakam temple, under the shade of Vakula tree, Periyanambi performed the Pancha Sanskara to Ilayya Perumal. And after that, both of them returned to Srirangam, where Ilayya Perumal learned various texts on Brahma Sutra, Vedas under Periyanambi. So during this time, Lord Ranganatha called Ilayya Perumal as Nama Udayagar, which means he is ours. And later, when Ilayya Perumal was 30 years of age, Ilayya Perumal took sannyas with the name of Ramanuja Muni. So he was the king among sannyasi and hence he was called Yatiraja. So here we see that it is because of our acharyas that we were able to get these 6 commands in a very simple way and our life would become successful if we follow these 6 commands. Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha. So, I am going to tell you third part, which is Ramanuja Darshanam. Sri Ramanuja Acharya approached Tirukushtiyur Nambi to get the divine knowledge of the three mantras. Tirukushtiyur Nambi made him come several times before instructing him. Tirukushtiyur Nambi cautioned that he should not give out the instructions, should not give out these secrets to all, and if he would do so, he would go to hell. After hearing the instruction, Ramanujacharya went at the top of the temple and explained the meaning of the mantras to a large gathering of his disciples as people. Seeing this, Tirukushtiyur Nambi was angry and cursed Ramanuja that he would go to hell. Ramanujacharya politely replied that he is ready to go to hell, but is very happy that people know the meaning of the divine mantra. Hearing this, Nambi was very happy. Seeing kindness of Ramanuja, he called him as Emperumanar and declared that henceforward Sri Vaishnavism would be called as Ramanuja Darsana, meaning the light of Ramanuja. Yadav Prakasha, old guru of Ramanuja, came into Kanchi and became a disciple of Ramanuja Acharya, and assuming the name of Govind, a scholar named Yagnamurti by name challenged Ramanuja for 16 days of endless arguments and counter-arguments. Finally, he accepted his defeat and became a disciple of Ramanuja, and assuming the name of Arulala Perumala Emperumanar, and he wrote Gananasaram and Prameyasaram. His magnum opus is his wonderful commentary on Veda Vyasa's Brahma Sutra and similar commentary theron called as Vedanta Sutra. Kuresha, the loyal disciple of Ramanujacharya, Kuresha, the loyal disciple of Ramanuja, was very helpful in publishing his works. Thus, he fulfilled the first promise to Alavandar. He asked Kuresha to name his two sons after Veda Vyasa and Parasara, thus fulfilling the second promise to Alavandar. Later, Parasana Bhattar subsequently wrote the famous commentary on Vishnu Sahasranama ordained by Ramanuja. Another disciple of Ramanuja was Pilla. Once Ramanuja was alone, mentally reciting a particular hymn of Tiruvaimudi. Tiruvaimudi. Pillan entered his room and inquired that is he reciting the particular hymn, and indeed that was the hymn which Ramanuja was reciting. Then Ramanuja decided that Pillan should write a commentary on Tiruvaimudi, and he wrote the famous Arayira Padi. The commentary was also known as 6,000 Padis, also known as Bhagavata Vishayam, and called Pillan as Tirukuru Piran, after the name of Namalvar. He was also known as Kurugesar and Bratru Torappar. Thus he fulfilled his third promise to Alavandar. He was one of the Sri Bhashya Ubhaya Simhasana Adhipatis. Ramanujacharya travelled length and breadth of the whole country on foot to spread the word of Lord Narayana. Ramanuja Divya Agna Vardatam Abhivardatam. Even after 1,000 years, the divine order of Ramanujacharya is still being followed everywhere. This shows that Ramanujacharya is indeed the Jagat Guru. Glories to Ramanujacharya, Srimati Ramanujaya.
Jai Shri Sudarshana, Srimati Ramanujaya. I am going to speak about some incidents from Sri Ramanujacharya's life. I am going to take you on a very beautiful and powerful journey through the life of our Acharya, Sri Ramanujacharya. His life was full of devotion, love, and kindness. He faced many problems and difficulties, but at last he stood firm in his love for Lord Narayana. As we are speaking about some difficult times of his life, let us start from a very tough time of his life. There was a king named Kulothunga Chola. He was a very deep and a very big devotee of Lord Shiva. And he wanted to prove everybody, including Ramanujacharya, that Lord Shiva was supreme. He was more than all the gods, including Vishnu. But our Acharya, being the great and devotional mind, according to him, all the forms of deities are the forms of the same supreme. So, for Ramanuja, Vishnu was the ultimate. The king was so angry with Ramanujacharya that he even planned to kill Ramanuja, that if he did not accept that Shiva was the ultimate. Hearing this, a very brave disciple of Ramanujacharya, his name was Kuresha. He dressed up like Ramanujacharya in order to save him, along with Periyanambi, his another disciple. He went to the king's court. But once the king got to know that Kuresha and Periyanambi, disguised as Ramanuja and his disciple, came to him in order to save their guru, he immediately ordered to get them blinded, that is, remove their eyes off. The story itself is very painful, but unfortunately Periyanambi was tortured and he died. Kuresha survived, but although he was blinded, he was surprisingly very happy because of him, his guru was saved. Just imagine the kind of love for his guru. And this was the same king who made the soldiers throw the statue of Govinda Raja into the sea. Does anybody have idea about this incident? About a king throwing the idol of Govinda Raja into the sea. But after Ramanujacharya found out that the idol was lying at the bottom of the sea, he found it and he reinstalled it in Tirupati, in the temple of Tirupati. Kulothunga Chola died in the year 1118, and after him a very kinder and nicer king took the reign, and then Ramanujacharya decided to go back to Srirangam. But on the way back, a very heartbreaking incident had taken place. Because Ramanujacharya was going back to Srirangam, many of his disciples from Melkote were heartbroken because they were being separated from their guru. So they made a statue of Sri Ramanujacharya and pleaded him to instill his presence into the statue. That is, Ramanujacharya is still present in the form of that statue, and that statue is still being worshipped with deep devotion in the temple of Melkote. And there's another interesting story in Ramanujacharya's life with children too. There were some children playing on the road. They were imitating and they were trying to build a temple, and they made another child sit there as a pujari, and they were offering fruits, and they were doing puja with using just mud and dirt which was on the road. But their intention was very clear, even though they had no resources to do that puja. So as Ramanujacharya was passing by, they called him and they gave him some mud as prasadam. Our Acharya, being the great Acharya, he took that mud as prasadam with all due respect. And he was so impressed with their innocence and devotion that he remembered the words of Poigai Alvar, who had once said that God has no form. God will come to the devotees even if it's mud. It's their intention which matters. So Ramanujacharya was very affected, and he was very inspired with the children's devotion, that he encouraged them more and more after that. And There was an incident. There is a miracle that happened far away in Delhi. It was the time when the idol in Tirunarayanapuram, which is in Melkote, was stolen by invaders. Does anybody know who were the invaders who demolished Indian temples and idols? It was Mughals. It was Mughals who stole the idol of Tirunarayanapuram from Melkote and took the idol to Delhi. And that idol was being used as a toy by the princess of Delhi. Ramanujacharya went there,
Princess Peredi.
looked lovingly at the idol
Durja.
and sweetly called it by the name Selva Pillaye Varu. That means, come my dear child. And to everyone's amazement, the idol moved and came straight into his lap. Then Ramanujacharya took the idol and reinstalled it in Melkote, which is Tirunarayanapuram. He reinstalled the idol in the temple. Sri Ramanujacharya was a very great reformer. He introduced the system of prasadam in temples and he made sure every devotee, be it poor or rich, high or low, everyone is equal in front of the eyes of God. And he made sure every devotee got the prasadam. And he appointed 74 acharyas who were going to take forward his legacy and his teachings even after Ramanujacharya. After living a noble life of 120 years, traveling all over the India by foot from the length to breadth and expressing his feelings about Narayana and spreading the magic of Lord Narayana, Sri Ramanujacharya left this world in the year 1137. And even while leaving this world, his head was resting on one of his disciples who was Ambar, and his legs were resting on another disciple who was Vaduganambi. While the chanting of Divya Prabandham was being recited, Ramanujacharya, being the great Acharya, our Guru, had taught us many things. But the only way we can show our respect to him is by living the way he taught us to live. His sacrifices, his hard work cannot be measured in words. So let us give our tribute to him by chanting Srimate Ramanuja Namaha. Thank you.
Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha. Here are some teachings and works of Ramanujacharya. Vedanta Sangraha, work on principles of Visishta Advaita. Sri Bhashya, a detailed commentary on the Vedanta Sutras, a magnum opus of our Acharya. This contains the interpretations on the Brahma Sutras of sage Vyasa. Gita Bhashya, a detailed commentary on the Bhagavad Gita. Vedanta Deepa, a brief commentary on the Vedanta Sutras. Vedanta Sara, another brief commentary on the Vedanta Sutras and meant for beginners. Sharanagati Gadyam, Stotra teaching the importance of Sharanagati. Sriranga Gadyam, Stotra on Sri Ranganatha. Sri Vaikunta Gadyam, a stotra describing the beautiful Vaikunta. Nitya Grantha, a short manual intended to guide the Sri Vaishnava devotees for Nitya Karmas. Some of the important teachings of Ramanujacharya: serve God and God's devotees, serve all devotees without regard to their status, have faith in the teachings of Acharyas, do not succumb to sensual pleasures, do not be disrespectful of Sri Vaishnavas for any reason, including age, caste, etc. You must show respect to them all. Pay respect when you see the gopuram of a temple. Always visit a temple, spend time and have prasadam. Recite prabandham. Do not think of your guru, Acharya, as just an ordinary person. Try to live in Tirunarayanapuram, Melkote, at least for some time. The above are some of the many teachings told by our Ramanuja. Let us all all follow his teachings and receive the blessings of Sriman Narayana. Jai Jai Shri Sudarshana. Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha. Let us chant Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha 3 times loudly. Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha. Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha. Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha. Jai Jai Shri Sudarshana.
I hope you all have enjoyed our speech, and it's time for quiz. And I request all the elders to answer if children are not able to answer. So please give the children the first chance to answer the question.
Answer please.
Begin to